Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and I got some shocking news for you. Overwatch is kind of in trouble.
Oh my god! Oh Jesus!
Yes, no one has ever said that before. Overwatch finally getting some competition that gives it a run for its money. Literally, because Marvel Rivals is taking money out of Overwatch's pockets, which is the worst and the best thing that could ever happen to Overwatch. I've said it since day one, Marvel Rivals was gonna be here to stay, but after the initial hype has died down for Marvel Rivals, I can confidently say that Marvel Rivals is definitely here to stay. It's a good game with some amazing content down the road. I mean, they already announced that 8 new characters is coming out in season 1, and if Marvel Rivals continues their good trend of doing the opposite of what Overwatch is doing, on top of also fixing their own issues, which includes nerfing overpowered heroes, Hela and Hawkeye, then Marvel Rivals will just continue to be a good game, which is fine. We need competition in this gaming day and age. But if Overwatch continues to ignore what they're doing wrong, not only are they going to be losing players, but more importantly, and what Overwatch truly cares about, is losing money, and it's already happening. So come season 15, here are some changes that Overwatch can do to not be in trouble. Starting with the most controversial part of Overwatch, the microtransactions. Marvel Rivals not only has cheaper skins, possibly even better skins, just because they have the luxury of so many different IPs and costumes to take from decades of comics, but more importantly, a more fair battle pass. Do you spend less and get less? Absolutely, but consumers feel like it's more fair, all because of the fact that you're able to complete the battle pass at any point after you purchase it. Even in the next season, you'll be able to still complete the season 0 battle pass. So some changes that the Overwatch team can do starting in season 15 is to make the battle pass able to be completed at any point after you purchase it. Now that I think about it, I'm kind of surprised that not other free-to-play games haven't done this. Like, you can't do this in Fortnite, I don't think you can do this in Apex or in Rocket League, so this isn't just an Overwatch problem, but when you think of it, why wouldn't you be able to complete the battle pass after purchasing it? Don't you think that would influence more people to buy it? But the battle pass is not the only pain point that people have, it's also the skins, because Blizzard, well, it's well known that they favor making skins for Kiriko and Mercy, and unless they want their game funded from Kiriko and Mercy mains, they would soon realize, like, hey, maybe if we make skins for other heroes, people would actually want to play the game, spend money on the game, and we would make more money that way. So another solution that we could, actually 2 solutions that we can do here is 1, stop putting so much development time into making Kiriko and Mercy skins and start paying attention to other characters like Zarya and Winston and, dare I say, Venture, please! But if we have to have Kiriko and Mercy skins, why don't we put them in the battle pass? You want to know the last time we got a Mercy or a Kiriko skin in the battle pass? Season 1. In 2022. They both were in the season 1 battle pass, then never again. Again, the goal with this video is not to try to take money away from Blizzard, even though we would all love that, but it's to make the microtransactions just a little bit, just a tiny bit more fair. But Blizzard can use the excuse, well, we don't have enough development to make brand new skins for new heroes or existing heroes, or really any hero that isn't Mercy or Kiriko. Really? Because it seems like you're putting a lot of development into Mythic weapons and Mythic colors. You know those black and gold color schemes for Mythic skins that nobody asked for? You're telling me that you can't make 1 or 2 brand new skins for a character instead of making those recolors? On top of making a whole entire Mythic weapon that costs just as much as a Mythic skin, which you used to be able to customize a weapon 2 times? Really? You're telling me you can't do that? They need to make Mythic skins more desirable and more fair to get instead of separating it to try to pry more Mythic prisms away from us. And on top of that, they gotta also give more to us. And I know it might seem like I'm asking a lot here. What? You want more free stuff from Blizzard? Well, they show that they were able to do that just this past week. They gave away 3 legendary skins. Sure, one was a recolor with the Echo skin, but with the Cozy Cassidy and the Winter Chick Widowmaker skin, they just proved to everyone that they could easily give away skins within the game. Like, this was the most that they ever give away. And they should also give away more and better skins as Twitch drops. Now, I know know, as a content creator, I'm a little bit biased here, but wouldn't you want to watch your favorite content creator and also get a skin that you don't have at the same time? Like, you support a creator and you get a free skin. It's a win-win for everyone. But microtransactions aren't the only problems that Overwatch is facing. We also gotta fix the gameplay. And the solution is just so obvious at this point. We gotta bring back 6v6. I'm gonna make a whole entire dedicated video talking about 6v6 and it coming back and why it needs to come back, but for a short reason why it needs to return. I feel like more people have been begging for 6v6 to come back than people have been pleading for 5v5 to stay. And look, I'm not here to debate if 6v6 or 5v5 is better. I'm here to say that more players want 6v6. So if you give the players what they want, which is exactly what I tried to do with microtransactions in this video, then you would do the same with 6v6. Would people that love 5v5 be pissed? Yes, but maybe there's some sort of like happy medium here. Here's another thing that I don't see enough people talking about when it comes to Overwatch competitive that Marvel Rivals competitive is doing so much better, and that's giving out rank. Normally in Overwatch, you have anywhere from about 19 to 22% that you either gain or lose, depending on if you win or lose. But in Marvel Rivals, it's heavily dependent on how you do in a game. If you win a game and you carried, you were MVP, you can gain anywhere from like 35%. But if you lose the game and your team costed you, you only lose about 19%. So I feel like in Overwatch, if they, I don't want to say be a little bit more generous with their rank, but rather making it so that either A, you feel like you have a chance to rank up either by gaining more percentage or lose less if you lose, or either B, making it dependent on your own gameplay within a match. Like if your team costed you, I don't want to lose the same amount of SR as the person that's going negative, but if I carried, I deserve a little bit more. Some of the things that Blizzard needs to do also going into 2025 is to continue to make more support and tank heroes. This is, well, one, to fix an issue that they have, but to also combat a huge issue that Marvel Rivals is facing, because nobody likes to play tank because there's not a lot of tanks to play, and there's also just not a lot of support characters to play in that game. So if come season 16 they brought another support character, I don't think a lot of people will complain. And if I could have a suggestion, if you can bring a character that's similar to Jeff the Shark, maybe Jetpack Cat, I think a lot of people would love to come back to Overwatch. And I know some people suggest, oh, Overwatch should also make more characters compared to Marvel Rivals that are releasing 8. I have two problems with that. One, I feel like Marvel Rivals is releasing 8 new characters because they have the benefit of so much more development time that I think maybe these are just 8 characters that they didn't want to release on day one, so they have the added benefit of like, here are a bunch of more characters. But the other issue that I have with that is I kind of like the fact that we have 3 characters a year. You know, it makes a new character release that much more special. We always look forward to it on an even season, but it also doesn't shake up the meta that much. Like, could you imagine a new character every season? How that could change the meta and how that would just shake things up way too often? Like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe I'm in the minority here, but I kind of like the schedule that they have. Another important thing that I didn't realize was as important until we didn't get them for years are high quality cinematics. So in 2025, I think that's an important thing for Blizzard to bring back, because these cinematics bring out the personality in a hero. The last one that we got was for Swordstorm, but the problem with that one is that Swordstorm was already out for a couple years at that point. She was announced in 2019, so if there was any time to bring her cinematic, it was then. But the reason why so many people don't really like Hazard is because, one, his animated short was kind of cheeks. It wasn't that good. It didn't show off his personality that well. Whereas if we got a high quality cinematic like Kuriko's, I feel like it would do an extremely good job of not only promoting the character, but for people to actually care about the character. A huge reason why people loved Kuriko even before she came out was because her cinematic showed off not only her hero kit beautifully in the fight scene, but more importantly, put her personality and her character on full display like a Disney movie. The reason why we all love Disney movies so much is because the characters are just so wonderful and colorful, and we can really connect with them. It's hard to connect with Hazard, but it's easy to connect with Kuriko because we know what that character is like. That's why Marvel Rivals is kind of lucky in this aspect, because every character, even the new characters, have years of so much lore and story for people to just automatically love the character, but then play the game and fall in love with the gameplay. But Blizzard was doing this too in 2015 and in 2016, so I don't understand why they stopped doing the cinematics, because they were honestly so beautiful and it did a lot of good marketing marketing for the game. But talking about lore and story, that also brings up the last point that Blizzard could do in 2015, which is finally address PVE. I didn't say make, I said address. Now, obviously, they don't want to say that they're not going to be making PVE because the writing's kind of on the wall. But if they could just address what they want to do with this goddamn story that they've been building up for 8 years, that'd be really nice. Whether they want to continue it with a Netflix series, with a movie, with more cinematics on YouTube, and just completely scrap the playable mode, I think a lot of people will be pissed at first, but appreciate the fact that they're still trying to move the story along because, well, that's why you brought Overwatch 2 to begin with. It's not just for a shot. A lot of that might seem like a lot of big ass, but it's crazy asking for things that the community has been wanting for years. And well, if Blizzard wants to ignore Marvel rivals and let them continue to do everything right while they continue to do everything wrong, then they're gonna lose money. And if there's anything that executives hate, it's losing money. That's why I said this is the best and worst thing that could ever happen to Overwatch, because the executives weren't gonna start making changes and make changes that we want unless their pockets started hurting. And I guarantee you, season 14, their pockets are hurting. And hopefully that will influence good changes going into 2025. I mean, we already see some tiny changes here. I mean, they gave away 3 free skins, a bunch of legendary skins on Twitch. It's already happening, but hopefully that trend can continue. But until 2025, until season 15, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.